Hey everybody, it's time for dog culture vocabulary class. So today we're going to look at something called aggressive mimicry. We're going to look at cuteness, hormones. Our main vocabulary word is Kindchenschema, and we're going to look at brachycephalic dogs. So what you're looking at right now is just an internet search with the keyword search being cuteness. So notice something. Primarily the results are dogs. We got some cats in there, maybe a bear, rabbits, but it's mostly dogs. So this indicates that the internet and our society in general believes that dogs are cute. And that is an important thing to understand for our vocabulary word Kindchenschema. So let's go over to this veterinary channel to learn a little bit more about these brachycephalic dogs, which means they don't have a nose basically, and how this creates Kindchenschema.
Brachycephalic. To review, brachycephaly refers to the shape of a dog's skull, and brachycephalic dogs and cats have a shorter muzzle and a more broad, flattened skull shape. Some breeds, like boxers, for example, are what I like to call lightly brachycephalic, i.e. not too extreme featured in this regard. But then there are the extreme brachycephalic breeds, like pugs, French bulldogs, and English bulldogs. Their muzzles are oftentimes non-existent and their faces are completely flattened. As I've mentioned before, extreme brachycephalic dogs, such as pugs, take advantage of what's called Kindchenschema, whereby the appearance of these brachycephalic animals takes on that of a human infant, and in turn, we humans automatically have a positive and nurturing response that we put towards that animal. In other words, pugs look more like infant babies than, say, a husky, and that makes our brains say, oh, I want to love that pug. Quick side note, though, I personally find this entire thing quite creepy when I hear people talk about...
So there is Kindchenschema. This veterinarian talks about it a little bit. So for your homework, check out this guy's channel. It's pretty good. He also talks about this Kindchenschema in other breeds of dogs. For example, the Chihuahua. The picture that I'm pointing at is the more common Chihuahua with the round head and the squish nose. And this is more like the original Chihuahua, but this one is more favored. But these dogs right here that I'm pointing at, they come with lots of neurological problems. Their eyes, their nose, their breathing, they get sick. They can carry more parasites, and also the top of their head, it doesn't have the same shape, and their brain can actually be injured very easily. So that is a look at Kindchenschema in the veterinary world. Basically, it incentivizes all of these dog breeders to breed a dog that bypasses our natural way of thinking, and it hurts us because we get all these dogs, and it hurts the dogs because then this guy right here, he has to see them all. So let's look a little bit deeper into this Kindchenschema. It's also called baby schema. The two words Kinden or Kinder and Schema, basically it means that you're looking at a baby, and then the Schema is like your plan. So you have a plan for a baby. So I'm just keyword searching this article that I'm showing you right now, and you can see it's all about the faces. So a round face, large head, big eyes is perceived as cute and motivates caretaking behavior with the evolutionary function of enhancing offspring survival. So as humans, we're running around looking at all of these dogs, and it's bypassing our natural evolutionary thing to take care of our humans because we're staring at all of these dogs all the time. And then our brain is connecting that, and we're moving away from like a little baby being cute, and we're thinking of dogs as being cute. This is completely screwing with our hormones and everything else, because we are not supposed to be taking care of dogs all of our life. And dogs have that same face all of their life. So this has been studied thoroughly. You can have a look at all of this stuff. Look at some of the sources of this. 1978, 1981, 1960. So we've known about this for a long time. So the people that are breeding these dogs and pushing these dogs out there, they've been in college, they've been through psychology classes, they know about all this stuff, but they're not going to tell it to you. They're going to push these dogs on you and bypass your proper human function so that you can put your effort into a dog instead of a baby. In this study that I'm sharing with you, you can see they hypothesized and also found all of this to be true. The cuter something looks, the more the person is incentivized to take care of them. It says cute infants are rated as more likable, friendly, healthy, and competent than less cute infants. So somebody that owns a dog, they're constantly staring at their dog, thinking that that dog is better. He's better than a human. He's better than this. I trust dogs more. My dog is my baby. I'm a fur mommy. You know, you have a 15-year-old dog that's on its last legs and you still call it a baby. So this really explains a lot about dog culture. People literally think their dog is a baby. When pit bull owners have their family members killed by their little dogs, they sit there and just think like, oh, I don't know what could have happened. My dog was such a great little baby. Something else this study found is that this is connected to human social cognition. That means when you look at something, when you've trained yourself to only look at things that are cute because you've surrounded yourself with these little round faced dogs, pugs and pit bulls and everything else, lab dogs that are bred with pit bulls so their faces are more squished, it greatly affects your social cognition. So you're running around with your brain basically being hijacked by this Kinderschema. You don't want to look at humans. You want to look at a cute, round faced dog because you're just running around full of these mommy hormones wanting to take care of some little infant baby that never grows up. So this Kindchenschema, for one thing, it's bad for the dogs because we're purposely breeding them to be um, shorter, have shorter legs, more squished faces. All of this ties in together. Even the short legs of the dog activates this Kindchenschema. But we as humans are not supposed to be pregnant very much longer than 9 months. This has already been proven scientifically, like thyroid disorders. When you are being forced to pump out all of this extra hormones because you're looking at a cute little baby, you can have all types of terrible disorders. The long term stress of being pregnant, it can alter your body in bad ways. Pregnancy alters physiology in the long term. Pregnancy alters physiological function. So you can just go to one of these studies and keyword search it, like brain. So this affects your brain. It affects the structures in your brain. It affects your memory, your health and disease risk in the short and long term. So by having your house full of these little things that look like babies, you're hacking your biology and giving yourself all of the type of stress that you would normally go through as a female. And then your dog never grows up. It never stops wanting to suck on you for milk and have access to your resources. And so, long term effects, the brain, the memory. You ever wonder why somebody that's been attacked by a dog, they just seem to be so ignorant? Like, I don't understand. He was my perfect baby for 10 years. Well, it's very likely that they got some brain damage from having extra estrogen and extra progesterone for all this time. Now let's go look at our other vocabulary word, aggressive mimicry. So I've mentioned this one before. Let me just do a little blue highlight for you. Aggressive mimicry is where a predator or a parasite uses a harmless model, allowing them to avoid being correctly identified by their prey or host. Exactly. This is exactly what's going on with these dogs. A dog comes into your house as a baby with a round face, the short legs, the shorter and shorter nose. More and more people are allowing pit bulls to breed with dogs that have long noses. And so This is creating a harmless model. You look at this dog that can maul you, that will never get a job, that will shit all over your floor, but you don't care because it's my baby. It's my baby. Oh, it bites your arm up and puts you in the hospital. And then you put a selfie on Facebook with a big smile on your face because it's your baby. It's using the harmless model. So you cannot avoid correctly, so you cannot correctly identify this nasty, filthy, fanged predator that lives in your house and takes resources away from your fellow humans, especially your little babies, because the dog replaces the baby. So, of course, that is tapping into the resources that are going to go to your human baby. And so, if you're interested in the brood parasite, this really ties into the brood parasite as well. But that has been our look at Kindchenschema. I highly recommend looking at some of these studies and then watching how dog culture acts. This is right out of one of these published studies, and it's right out of what this veterinary guy talks about in his pug problem videos and some of his other videos. See you guys later. I hope you like it. Don't forget to check the description for all the links and give me a like and a comment. See you later.